Today we're going to be working on a GE model. The complaint that we have is that it's not draining or spinning. It's not spinning because it's not draining all the water out. This is the model number. Welcome to DIY Repair Now. Read all the warnings, and during this video you will see one or more of these icons to help you do this repair safe. And we start by checking the pump. We already have done a diagnostic on this machine, and we determined that it was the pump. How we find out if it was the pump? We took the filter out, and we couldn't find anything in it, no money, nor hair clips or lint inside the filter. So we touched the blade on the pump, and the blade was all rattling, and it was all loose. So that's a very good sign that is the pump. Well, not the actual motor on the pump, but the blade. So it's all one piece, so you have to replace the whole water pump. When the pump is good, if you try to turn the blade would have tension on it. But if it doesn't have tension on it, that means the blade on the pump is bad, and you have to replace the whole pump. So we're gonna go ahead and start taking the washing machine apart by removing the 3 screws on the back. Yes, after you remove the 3 screws in the back, just push it back and it will slide right out. I locked the machine by mistake. But remember, guys, always disconnect the appliance before you start working on it. I just connected the washing machine for a little bit to unlock the door, but I disconnected it again. Just take the top cover off, put it to the side, that way it's not on the way. And we're gonna remove 3 screws that are holding the front touchpad, and it's 1 in each corner and 1 on the middle. We're gonna remove the dispenser trade and the 2 Phillips screws. They are on the dispenser compartment. I tried to take it off, but I still got 1 more screw to go, which is the one on the middle. By the way, I'm using a fillet, the old fillet screws on this GE model. And after you remove all those screws, the front panel comes right off. I'm not gonna disconnect. There's no need for me to disconnect the whole touchpad. So I'm just gonna put it on top of the machine to move it out of the way to be able to remove the front panel. Now we're gonna remove the 3 screws on the bottom of the front panel. Let's try to clip this um, drain and cup sort of thing. That way it's not on the way. And now we're gonna remove the screws on the top. Remember to remove the wire that holds the booth, which is secured by a spring. So you have to grab like a needle nose pliers and then remove it from the gasket or booth, however you want to call it. Put it up to the side and just get it out of the way. Now at this point I already removed all screws that are holding this front panel, and it's just holding by male female clips. Remember to disconnect the door lid latch or door lock. And this model is only one harness that goes, but in another models it's like 2 or 3 wires, 3 different harness going to the lid lock switch. So I was able to get it from this side. From the inside, sorry. And at this point, the only thing we need to do is lift the door and it will come right out. Remember I told you guys this is held by 4 clips, 2 on each side. There are male to female, so to get it out you have to lift it up and it will come right out. And that's exactly what I'm doing. As you see, we have 2 clips on the top right there that it holds by the female access. There's the other male, and then the bottom is another one, and then the other side bottom is another one. So let's just put this cover to the side, move it out of the way. And this is the harness for the door latch, like a simple 3-wire harness. Nothing complicated, nothing fancy about that. Now we're gonna put this rod just to get comfortable. Now at this point I try to film much as I can, but I had my GoPro on my head adapter, so like I said, some parts you have to pay attention to, look deep. If you wanna see something clear, you can just pause the video, because I didn't get a very good footage of the disassembly of the water pump. Now I'm looking for my channel locks to remove the water hoses, the water drain hoses. Here's the new pump, and there's the part number in front of the box. If you can't see the part number, I'm going to be putting the part number on the description on this video. And it's something that you guys need to know about this. This is the same exact pump, but they have made some changes to the replacement. The two screws on the old pump come to the side, and the two screws on the new pump comes on the back. So it's a little difference, but nothing major changes on the pump. So as a matter of fact, the bracket that is holding the old pump brings the new hose to put the screws on the new one. So the bottom bracket, the one is holding the drain pump, it's made to install either one of these pumps. I'm removing the two screws on the side of the old pump. As I was saying, the old pump brings the screws on the side, and the new ones bring the screws on the back. But other than that, it's the same exact thing. You see, the two screws are on the side. I apologize, didn't have any help doing this repair, so I'm trying to do the best I can. And as you see, it has two screws on the side, but and the other side is like another female to male adapter, which you just have to lift it, it will come right out, just like so. I'm trying to disconnect one of the water hoses. Just clamp and it'll come right out. And I'm doing the one that's coming from the tub. It came right out. There is the old pump. And I'm touching the blade again from the other access hole, and it's all rattling and doesn't have any tension on it, so I already know it's the pump. This is the new pump. As you see, it's a little difference on it, but nothing to be concerned about it. It works. The bottom bracket brings the holes for the screws for the new pump, so everything should fit right in place. That piece of rubber was in the other pump. I just filling it in on the hole right there. That way the new pump sits right. As you see, there's the screws. You can see the other two tips there are where the old screws were. The new screws doesn't do the new screws, sorry, doesn't go on the same screw holes that they were on the other pump. On this side, I'm showing you the screw that goes on the other side, right there. It's one on that side and one on this side, but they both in the back. Not real complication doing this repair. I'm trying to tighten both screws in both sides, make sure the pump is secure to prevent a go back. We don't want to come back for the same problem. We want to do it right the first time. Now I'm trying to put the water hose and make sure the clamp is grabbing the pipe on the water hose to prevent a leak. You don't want to have a leak on this repair. You want to make sure those clamps are right on the pump, not only on the water hose, because otherwise there's going to be water all over the place. And there you have it. Now you can see better what I was doing. Make sure you connect those wires. The wires that provides 120 volts to the pump. Make sure you plug those in before you start putting the machine back together. Excuse the mess on my tool bag. In here we're trying to clean up a little, put in the old pump on the box where the new one came in. And now we're gonna go ahead and start putting the machine back together by doing the front panel. Remember that on this particular model it's a little easier because we have 4 male to female clamps that holds the front panel in place, and then we can put the screws on. I'm trying to do the door latch connection before I install it, but you can do it afterwards. I'm just trying to make sure it's gonna be all the way in to prevent from a shortage or the harness coming loose and stop the machine from working. So there it is. There we go, female to male. Most of the time when I do this kind of repair, like on LG models, it's not as easy as on GE. Now, I'm not a big fan of GE, but this is the first time I'm doing a repair that it doesn't get complicated on a GE model. Now we put in the screws just like we take them out. This one had a piece of plastic, which is, it creates like a male connection with the touchpad, and that piece is the one that holds that specific corner in place. The other corner of the touchpad is holding by the 2 screws on the dispenser, and obviously the 3 screws on the top. Now we're doing the 3 screws on the bottom. Now we're trying to put the drain cup the way it's supposed to, and we just got to look for the right way to put this thing on. I think it's very good idea that GE put that piece of cup in it to be able to drain the washer machine when it's need to be drained without making a big mess. Now we're gonna put the booth where it goes. Make sure it's right on the slack right there, because otherwise it's gonna keep coming off. Now remember to put the piece of wire clamp back where it goes. And on this model, the spring is not very difficult to maneuver, but like in some models you need like a spring, a spacer, or a spring installer tool, because the spring is too hard to be able to span it. But in this case I got it on my own way and it worked. Now remember the male to female right there. Make sure you put everything back in place. And we we're gonna go ahead and start installing the 3 screws on the top. And the 2 screws that goes on the front inside the dispenser housing. Now we're gonna install the dispenser back in place. Try to clean up a little. Start picking all my tools. Now we're gonna grab the last piece of the puzzle, which is the top cover for the washing machine. We're gonna plug it in now that we are in the back. And the last thing we gotta do is put the 3 screws on the back of the top panel. And we're just gonna put the washer machine back in place. Put a cycle on. I'm also doing a garbage disposal on this, the same repair in the same house. So what I'm gonna do is, normally I just put a drain and spin or rinse and spin setting, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it on quick cycle or delicate to let a whole load run and make sure it's draining while I'm doing the garbage disposal. If you want to look at the garbage disposal installation, subscribe to my channel and search for it, or just look through my videos. I'm trying to upload a video almost every day or every other day. So if you want to learn on how to repair washer, dryers, refrigerators, and stoves, dishwashers, just subscribe to my channel and you will be able to do it yourself. Now, like I was saying, I put a delicate or fast load, and as you see, it's washing. Now it's draining and spinning. You can hear the pump on. You can hear in the back the water flowing. Alright guys, if this video helped you in any way, you can show us appreciation by giving us a tip using the following options that you see on the screen. If you cannot provide with a tip, is another way to support this channel by just dropping off a comment in the comment section down below. Subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the bell to receive notifications. Thanks for watching.